What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be going over NIO. So NIO recently just got a couple price target updates. So they got a pretty substantial upgrade that we're going to go over, and they got a pretty substantial downgrade, which we're also going to go over, and how it could impact the share price in the near future. Now, we're also going to go over the capital raise that NIO is doing. Now, I don't think that's really going to affect the share price in the traditional way that offerings usually would, and we're going to go over why I think that is. But before we get into all of that information, if you guys enjoyed this video, please go down and hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. It really helps me get this information out to as many people as possible, and you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks and learn about a couple of new ones. If we go over and take a look at the chart of NIO, we can see that at the end of the year, it kind of had a little bit of a sell-off, but in the previous weeks going up to NIO Day, we saw NIO go from the mid $40 range all the way up to $63.07 where it is trading right now. Now, NIO had a very great day yesterday, which was Monday, and that was after all of the NIO Day announcements. So basically what was announced was their new sedan, the ET7. So that's going to rival a Tesla model. And that's really great because Tesla has said that around 47% of all of their vehicle sales will be coming from China in the coming years. So if NIO can have a competitive model with competitive technology at a super competitive price point, we could see NIO start to siphon away some of Tesla's market share and gain more valuation. Now, they also revealed their 150 kilowatt hour battery, which is very, very important. If this battery can get into the market as soon as possible, NIO will have the top spot in terms of the range of electric vehicles in the entire world. The battery is supposed to have around a 1,000 kilometer range, so that means that it's going to be between 600 and 700 miles of range. They also released their new autonomous driving software, and that was built upon a concept of redundancies. So that basically means that when the regulators come in and decide if they want to allow this software to be in the cars that are on the road, they're most likely going to approve it because NIO has put a heavy emphasis on safety, and NIO also got some partnerships with Qualcomm and NVIDIA, some pretty amazing companies that'll help them with a little bit of their software. So that's going to be great to see in the near future. Now, what kind of shocked a lot of people yesterday after hours is that NIO announced that they were going to be doing another capital raise. So basically what they're going to be doing is they plan to issue convertible debt to raise $1.3 billion. And investors liked what they heard over the weekend when the company announced plans for its first luxury sedan, new longer range battery, and updates on its battery swap program. Now, the battery swap program basically means is if you have an older NIO battery, like the 70 kilowatt hour or the 100 kilowatt hour battery, you can go to one of these battery swap stations and have your technology that's in your current vehicle swapped out for the new model. So you don't have to sell your vehicle in order to get the new technology. Now, they plan to issue $650 million each in 2026 and 2027 convertible senior notes. Now, this is very different from a typical share offering. So they're not offering shares that would dilute the current volume of the shares in the market. This is actually bullish. These are just notes that are exercisable for shares in the future. So this is actually pretty bullish for the company, and they've gone up a lot. We haven't really seen the details of this actual capital raise yet, but once the details come out at what the price of these notes will be, it'll be very interesting to see where NIO goes in the future in terms of its share price. In my opinion, I'm very bullish on NIO in the near future. They keep coming out with new technology. They're really gaining market share across the world. They're opening a Europe factory and distribution chain in Denmark, so they're ahead of all of their other competitors in China right now in terms of expansion to other markets, and they just have a really solid business plan going into 2021. They absolutely crushed their vehicle sales. Their vehicle sales were up over 100% on the year. And when you compare the vehicle sales to their next competitor, XPeng did about 25,000 units delivered, where NIO was about 47,000 units. So NIO's got a huge lead on all of its competitors in China. So the only thing that they need to do now is start siphoning away some market share from Tesla. Now, if we go over to this next page, we can see some of the most recent analyst ratings for NIO. So on December 1st, we saw that Goldman Sachs upgraded NIO and the current weight is neutral and the price target for them was $59. Now, right now, NIO is trading at $63.18, so that is way above the price target that Goldman Sachs had set. Now, if we go back up here, this price target came out yesterday from JP Morgan, and they maintained a bullish rating for overweight on NIO, and they gave a price target of 75, which was a massive upgrade from the share price that it was currently trading at. Now, one of the interesting things that we saw for NIO today was that Citigroup downgraded NIO to neutral and their price target is 68.3. Now, it didn't look like they actually changed their price target. If we come over here, we can see that Citi downgrades NIO, saying red hot China EV play may have trouble challenging Tesla. Now, that's possible, but if NIO has the backing of the Chinese government, which it seems like they do, I don't think NIO is going to have any problems getting some market share away from Tesla, especially when they're coming out with all of this new technology and the price of their vehicles is not that crazy. Now, if you want to buy a NIO vehicle, they're pretty expensive. They're around $70,000 to $80,000 for the base models. But if you subscribe to the battery as a service program, that cost gets decreased by about $10,000 and you just pay a monthly fee of about $150 to rent out the battery. If we go over and take a look at the option chain for NIO, we can see that there is still a lot of bullish sentiment from options traders. Now, the open interest on the call options for the weekly expiration date, there's some unusual strikes that we should take a look at. Now, the $65 strike has an open interest of about 34,000, and the volume of these traded today was about 49,000. So that's a lot of contracts traded. These are most likely people closing their contracts, but the volume represents how many contracts are bought and sold in a given day. Now, what's a little bit unusual is this $70 strike. Now, today is Tuesday, and there's not that many days left in the week. So these contracts have an implied volatility of 131%, and they're priced at about $44. Now, when you multiply that by the open interest, there is about a $2.5 million bet happening on NIO right now on this option. So that's pretty insane. There's been 47,000 of these contracts traded today, and that's a very substantial amount. So a lot of people are betting that NIO is going to go to 70 by the end of the week. Now, I've seen a couple comments saying that a lot of people don't think it's going to go to 70 by the end of the week, even though we're looking at these options. When NIO has an implied volatility of 131%, you can see that when NIO doesn't go up enough, these contracts are down 60%. So yes, people are betting that NIO is going to 70 because if the stock doesn't move a substantial amount, there's not going to be any gain in premium, and these contracts aren't going to gain value before expiration. So a lot of people need NIO to go to 70 or really close to 70 in order for these contracts to pay out. Now, if we take a look at the puts, we can see that there's some unusual open interest on these $60 strikes, but the volume on these is also pretty high. But this is really the only strike that really sticks out. All the other ones are kind of normal and all have very similar open interest. So it's safe to say that a lot of people are betting more on the call options for NIO in the coming week than the puts. So there is more bullish sentiment in the option chain, which can give you a nice indication of where the stock may go in the next week. Now, I wouldn't suggest buying any of these contracts since NIO has already really had its big event and there's nothing really to push the stock up super high in the near future unless they come out with some more news on what they're going to be using this debt sale and their capital raise for. If we get some news on exactly what they're planning on using the $1.6 billion for, we could see NIO go up maybe even to 70. But if we take a look at some of the other electric vehicles in China, we can see that XPeng has really had an amazing day. We can see that they are up 20% on the day today, which is pretty insane. And the options for these actually went up an absolutely crazy amount. So these are up about 1,000%, which is absolutely insane to see for options. If you guys had any plays in XPeng, congratulations on the gains, and make sure you do something good with them. Don't blow them on your next trade. Maybe take them out, pay some bills. maybe buy yourself something nice, or even buy shares of a company that you like. That's kind of what I use options for. If I hit a big play, something that goes up over 1,000%, like these plays that we see right here, I usually kind of try to play it safe on my next trades. It's usually not a good idea to up the amount that you're trading with, since the losses can multiply and snowball on each other, and you could be back where you started before you made this really great trade. That's going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed what I had for you in this one, please go down and hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.